All right, man, we're back with another episode of the Fold Podcast. It's your brother Khalid. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at your brother Khalid. Make sure you follow the group as well at the Fold Podcast on IG. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm back in here with the guys, man. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your man, Party Artie, man. I'm just happy to be back with the crew, man. What's up, Big Curt? How you doing, big dog?
What's up, man? It's your boy, Big Curt. We back in here. We live. Full of energy. It's a great week. Having a good time. What's up with the boys, man? What's up with the guys?
Man, I'm trying to get healthy, bro.
You're trying to get healthy. What's wrong, bro?
You sent me that black seed oil, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had like a terrible cough, man. I think I had actually went to urgent care, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little bronchitis. About when I got back from Minnesota, man, I was down bad for a little bit, but I'm now kind of getting back in the motion, man. I want to be back to being myself again. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be put down and got to sit down for a little bit when you're too busy and ripping and running. But I took like 4 days off work.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Trying to get my back together, man. But I'm kind of getting back in a positive direction. But yeah, boy, it was down bad for a little bit.
How was the black seed oil? Did it work out? Is it helping?
I haven't ordered it yet. I'm gonna do it today. Bro, you just sent it to me like
Khalid,
2 hours ago.
See, that's why you can't help out black people. look, and then he gonna say, man, ain't nobody.
He expected to be in my mailbox today. You
Bruh.
just told me 2 minutes ago.
So I didn't give it to you last week?
No, it was like 2 days ago.
Okay, so it comes in a day. It says you order it now and it be in your mailbox.
That Prime and be at your doorstep.
That's what the hell you paying for. What's wrong with buddy, man? Hey, Khalid, he don't want to naturally heal himself, man.
Hey, man, you know the Prophet Muhammad, he said that black seed oil cures everything but death. So, you know what I'm saying? I highly suggest getting into it for sure. It's nasty, but you know what I mean?
It's definitely nasty.
You know.
But if you take it on a consistent basis, your immune system and your taste buds start to get immune to it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then also, man, you also got to believe too. I tell a lot of people though, you can get sick, but a lot of times it's in the mind. Just don't wrap your mind around that.
That's true.
I'm a natural remedy guy. As I'm getting older, I just don't want to be hooked on a lot of meds, bro. You feel me? So I try to naturally heal myself because you know it doesn't take much. If you're gonna get hooked to something, you might as well get hooked to some real shit.
Something good,
yeah, something good that's gonna benefit the body. And a lot of times, like when you get to where you are, bro, it's gonna sound crazy, but I go even harder in the gym. I just go to the gym and just do way more cardio and just make my body sweat out the. I just call it negative energy, bro.
Yeah,
get it up out of there, man.
How things been going for you though, bro? Overall,
man, it's pretty dope right now. I can't even lie, bro. I'm starting to get dangerous, man. Put the bottle down. You know, I'm not even socially drinking right now. You know, Party already know, Party Curty. Party Curty.
Yeah, man.
I got a couple different alter egos, you know, but right now I'm working on my real ego.
That's what's up.
So I've been on a fast. I've been on a fast for about 14 days, man. Khalid, you know, we had a little bit more conversation. We have a little bit more free schedule than some of the other guys.
Yeah.
So right now, man, I started my fast, just trying to get some mental clarity. Trying to figure out my next move, not really so much my next move, but just understanding myself, understanding my traumas.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much the alcohol played like a mask over my mental, and I didn't realize how much it was really. My wife she gonna swing on me when she hear this part. I didn't realize how much it was really keeping me down. You know what I'm saying? From really being my natural born,
self.
Natural self, bro. Because I wasn't really drinking to like mask anything. I was just drinking because it was more so of just something to do, like just it's just like when you get off work, it's like Now some people might just go, they might go walk, they might go take a smoke break, and then mine was just taking a couple shots and just having a party. I ain't seen nothing wrong with it, but the social drinking started leading to more drinking, and it was just like, it's time to do a reset. It's time to get control over me, bro. So I'm happy about that, you know. I'm starting to see some different things, and like I told one of my OGs that I'm starting to become dangerous again. And not in a negative way, but just being able to put things in perspective and place things where they need to be.
Yeah. That's real, bro. I was just talking to one of my homeboys. He has a bit of a problem with some substances, alcohol being one of them. And I was just telling him, like, you know, you don't even realize how much drinking and drugs, how much it affects just the way you take in information. You know, like you said, uncovering some of those traumas and the things that you experienced, putting things in perspective. It changes your perspective. It changes how you look at things when you're under the influence. Like he was telling me, like he liked to smoke weed. And he was telling me how, like, he gave me the example of if you go to like an amusement park, you know, if you get on the roller coaster, you'll have fun. But being under the influence or being high, it's like you know, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It heightens it. And I just asked him, like, you know, bro, if you really break this down to a chemical point of view, all these drugs and things, all they do is heighten certain chemicals in the brain, dopamine, serotonin, things of that nature, things that your body naturally produces. So for you to have to rely on something to increase these levels, for you to just enjoy what everybody else would enjoy anyway, that it does become like sort of a problem. You know what I'm saying? That people have to ask themselves, like, why am I so reliant on this? You know what I'm saying? So for you to be, you know, in that space, bro, that takes a lot, bro. That's big because, man, it's hard once your body becomes like addicted to these things and dependent on it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to really shake it. And I always advise people to go on a fast just to reset the body, reset the mind, and kind of start with a clean slate. So that's dope, bro.
I think too, but people don't understand too. Even my life that I've lived, I've always lived on a high dopamine side. So like I'm always like, even though I haven't played in so long, you got to think that's 20 years of being on a level of being on the other side of the barometer, dog. Like this is the barometer, bro. Like once you're in that entertainment world, like if your barometer's here for the normal person, bro, we're 1,000 times even higher than that.
For sure.
So I think a lot of times too, I'm chasing that high chasing that high of that feeling, to try to get back to my mind, because I like that feeling of just being, my body releasing whatever it's releasing, that gratification, or it's hard to explain.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, it's hard to explain to people that really don't or really never get like overly hype about things. I'm a big energy guy, so like a lot of stuff that I do is to reach that. Like if I was on my motorcycle and somebody be like, bro, you, or a car or whatever, you running about 120, 130 miles, they'd be like, bro, you crazy as hell. But in your mind, you like, bro, that was like the best experience ever. So a lot of times I think people get hooked on stuff because of that, and we don't see it as being a problem. But see, I'm not going to stop drinking at all in life, but I want to have more of a, okay, it's Saturday. Whatever I do Saturday and Sunday, don't let that pour into Monday. Like Monday is Monday. Like if I go to the cookout, we all there, you know, participating or whatever, that's cool. But Sunday, it's a time and a place, like you can't do it every day. Now I got to figure out, okay, it's Monday. Let me figure out something else to do. I can't turn up 7 days a week. I like to turn up 7 days a week. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but, but everybody else is like, bro, you gotta dial it back in. Like, so that's what I'm really working on. So I'm not really mad at it. It's just that it's just understanding, like perspective.
Do you think? How do I ask this question?
Just ask it, bro.
That desire, because it's almost like a desire for adrenaline, essentially.
Yeah, junkie.
Do you think that's something that people are born with? I guess you can speak from your personal perspective. Do you think it's something you're born with, or do you think at some point in your life, maybe as a child, I guess, is it a learned behavior? Like, you know, somewhere as a child or when you were younger, you started to get that taste of adrenaline and became addicted to it? Or do you think some people are just naturally more inclined to desire that high level of that high experience, I guess? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. I think it's more so of a learned behavior, because you don't know what you don't know. Think about it, like, I ain't even trying to be funny. Think about the first time you had sex, bro. If people tell you not to do it, and they be like you got some people be like, yeah, go ahead and have sex. And you got some people to be like, nah, don't do it, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah. So the same, like the adrenaline rush that you get, like when you're about to ejaculate, I probably can compare that to like having an adrenaline rush on something else. I mean, I know that's kind of extreme, but when you that's probably the most common that everybody could do, because I can't speak to you about somebody that does coke or heroin or some stuff like that. Like, I ain't got no interest in doing nothing crazy like that. But when you sit there and you think about it, that's the most thing I can probably compare it to. Or like, you know, when you're young and like we talk about that fast car, when you first hit the motor and you hear that, why does when people hit the motor in cars is when you're younger, you hear somebody just revving up the engine, you automatically get excited. Like, why is that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's triggered in the brain to want to feel that dopamine release. If you know what I mean? What you think, Art?
I think it has to be something that you experience, because if you're comparing it to, you know, partaking drugs and things of that nature, you're chasing a high. You know what I mean? So that first time that I had sex, for example, I want to make sure it feels that great again or better. Yeah. If I hit that, you know, everybody has family members who have been on drugs. When they get that first hit, they're going to try and change that same first high that they're never going to get again, but they keep trying to do it. Like when it comes to football, like I'm not comparing myself to you, of course not. But in high school, it's like when we were all in the tunnel getting ready to go out and we get super hyped up. It's like I would love to chase that feeling all the time. For those 60 seconds, because all those weeks of practice and in the weight room and conditioning and looking through the playbook, and now I get to go out on Friday night with the lights and put my hand in the grass, it's like I'm hyped up for that. And when I graduated high school, it's like I can show it to you, a picture of me in the newspaper. We had lost in the Final Four, and I was like super sad on the sideline, knowing like this is the last time I put pads on. So it's like I'm never going to have that feeling ever again. You know what I mean? So when it comes to like the drinking, for example, you know, for all the ladies, you know, clock it for my guy. You know what I mean? Because that's a big thing, you know, to be able to recognize, okay, this is impacting me. And I kind of see it in my peripherals, I might be impacting loved ones as well. So make sure me as a man and as the man of the house and the provider that they see change in me, so they know it's possible. You know what I mean? So my help me can see that, my kids can see that, my friends can see that I'm making this change for the better of myself and also for the better of my village and my circle. Yeah.
So my question would be then, you know, if it is that, you know, we go through this experience and then we're continuously chasing that, how do we put that to rest? Like, how do we put that desire for that, whatever it is, the sexual desire or the sports or whatever, or how does someone open up that next chapter and move on and let that be a thing of the past and move on to what's next, I guess?
I think a lot of time it's a masked situation. It's an underlying behavior that you haven't controlled, that you haven't fixed throughout your journey and experiences throughout your life, that causes you to look for other things to kind of mask what you're going through. I think a lot of times, like if you look at sometimes like when you're going through something, you hear a lot of guys like, man, I just need something to take the edge off. A lot of people just be like, I need something to take the edge off, and whatever it may be. Like, I know you don't drink or smoke, so yours might be reading. You know, you looking at it as that's a positive thing, but somebody might look at it through another lens of just having sex.
Yeah, big facts.
And so when you perspective, like everybody's perspective of things of what's right and what's wrong is kind of skewed, because you don't know what those person's limitations or expectations are in my eyes, to really judge somebody, to really say, hey, this is easier for me to do because they haven't been taught any other way. Right. So like, you know, that's one of those things where you know better, you do better. So for me, like, I look at it as like, okay, cool. I know we had this discussion like a couple weeks ago. I wasn't happy with what's going on in my life, so what I would do, I would put all the effort into my wife. But then I would get mad at her and complain to her about me being empty. But I was doing that because obviously there's something that I'm over here masking that I can't see what the underlying issue is. But I'm thinking if I do this, maybe it'll help me come back and understand what my issues are. Right. But my issues will always be my issues because this is my life and my experiences. And until I can get in with me, I'm not going to really understand what I'm masking and what experiences really hurt me to drive me to that point where, okay, I need to drink, I need to smoke, I need some sex, or I need to go do this, I need to go do this, I need to go jump out of an airplane, I need to go down the road at 160 miles an hour. Like, what is it that I'm masking internally, and what has happened to me to make me think about these things that I don't want to unmask? Mm-hmm. So I think it just come down to perspective. Everybody has something in their lives that gives them that little bit of courage that they need to be able to progress along their journey to help them identify and unmask the problem if they're willing to do the work and understand. So like for me, it got to a point where I've had so much, and I need to stop doing this as a person as well too. I need to stop letting life get me all the way to that point where it's like I'm looking for something external to come save me, instead of looking at what choices have I made, and stop making those choices to give me the ability to stop saying, okay, cool, let me stop starting from ground zero to fast, and because I think something's going wrong, and let me just fast because everything is going right. And to see if I still can get that same message to get in alignment to complete the assignment. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do now. And you over here laughing and smiling. I tell people I'm starting to become more dangerous because now my mind is starting to be what it's always wanted to be, wisdom and knowledge. Like I'm now more willing to go and be intrigued and learning more information.
My thing is this, man. When you have the wherewithal to announce your flaws and announce your issues verbally, because we can always kind of sit in our thoughts and we know what's wrong, but we're too prideful to be transparent in front of the camera, alone, at least with our significant others and our friends and family members, to say, hey, I'm going through this. I'm feeling this way. It's been this way this long. I need help. You know what I mean? Because it's hard for men to say those 3 words, I need help. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's easy to say I love you or thank you and all that, but that I need help thing, that's tough because there's a lot of different barriers and different layers you have to peel through to get to that hurt. Because I could be hurting from miles back to 12 years old.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And I've been burying that every day for 26 years. So it's going to take a long time to dig that shit up and be able to say I need help. But when you get to that moment, it's like, man, what took me so long? You know what I mean?
Learn behavior.
Exactly. But then when you actually find that portion, and then if you're privileged to have people that you guys, for example, to hold you accountable to those things, now I can progress. Because I need help thing, that's in the moment, but what do we go after that? You know what I mean? So that's when you have friends and you got people that you trust can say, hey, Art, what's going on? You said this last week, what we doing now? You know what I mean? To make sure that you're progressing. So now that we know what you're going through, you know, we're going to tap in and say, hey, man, what's going on? You putting the cup down this weekend? What we doing? Yep. You know what I mean? Just to make sure that you're in the up and up and you're not stagnant on that treadmill of life.
I also think, too, like you said something, and Khalid, we talked about this the other day. I think what you talked about right there, that's a learned behavior. Yeah. That's a learned behavior of the I need help, because now you've created, these people in the world have created this narrative for the man to be this fucking superhero. Bro. That is unrealistic. Yes. Yeah. And we talked, I don't know if I sent you the podcast. I need to put him in there for all of us too. Okay. Where the guy was basically saying that it's to the point where the only thing a man thinks that he has to do is provide and protect. Yeah. And you get into these relationships, and that's all you thinking that a woman really wants. You know what I'm saying? Or that's all you think your family needs, and you've been pushed into this narrative where the only thing as us as young men that we look at and that we've seen is I'm gonna build myself up. We hear it all the time. But I'm gonna go get this bag just so I can do this for the family. Yeah. I'm gonna go get this so I can just do this for my wife. And it's like, bro, all that shit's cool, but bro, you're more than just a provider and protector, bro. Like, you're a nurturer. You have nurturing feelings. Yeah. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't be able to communicate with our kids or with other people's kids. You have a nurturing spirit, emotions, because you just told me that you have a young man's group. Yeah, that's nurturing. For sure. You feel me? You get up and go to work. You're providing. Yeah. You want more for yourself. That's normal. You know what I'm saying? But when it gets unnormal is when you're trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Ooh, boy.
That's when it gets unnormal.
Yes,
but you have
sir.
to get in alignment for what you think your life, what you want your life to look like, because your life is your life.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, like we talk about, get in alignment, understand where you're trying to go for what you want. We're nurturers. We are providers. We're protectors.
Mm-hmm.
We are becoming more emotional intelligent.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times what we get in the emotional intelligence is we downplay that. And Dr. Jay Barnett, I think I sent you that video, and I got to send it to you. He was talking to this guy named David Anderson, I believe. I forgot his last name. But he was just talking about how it's to the point now where we're men, you know, they tell us to go do the work. But now we've done the work to the point now we feel like people are fitting in with us for our spouses because we're growth mindset. And a lot of people can't take the structure of who we're becoming once we do that as men. Yeah. And so we end up being alone. And when you're building yourself, it's no different than when I was building myself to get ready to come to college or go to the NFL. It was only like one or two people that could actually work out with me, understand what I was trying to do.
Right.
And now that I'm in life, I think, I need this person. No, bro, it's the same 1 to 3 people that you're going to have with the same mindset to bring you, help you, hold you accountability,
Yep.
Your accountability partner to help you to see and navigate. So now the vision doesn't get blurry. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's the main thing of why I think a lot of times we feel a certain way and we do a lot of things, because when you sit down, when you really sit down and you think about it, put your perspective on. When you sit down and you're trying to plan out your goals, not your purpose, your goals, what you want for your life, you sit there and you think about who can help you do what.
Yep.
But a lot of times it's maybe let me research this on my own, and I really don't need that person. Sometimes you just need a accountability department. Hey, bro, did you check on such and such this week? Mm-hmm. God dang, I forgot all about that. Yep. And then boom, that sparks something. Mm-hmm. But when we're trying to be everything for everyone, and we're not really locked in on what we're trying to accomplish for ourselves, everything else, and that's why we end up being depleted, bro. Mm-hmm. We don't have any energy for that type of stuff. And you talk about it. Talk about the balance.
Yeah. I think because y'all both touching on two very important things. You know, the I need help, and then I think because so many of us as men are unwilling to ask for that help, we, I guess, unknowingly kind of put a divide between ourselves and the people around us, especially when it comes to like our wives, kind of going into what you're saying about this expectation of providing and protecting. I think asking for help in certain instances is a way in which we can build a better level of communication with our women, and also bring them into the things that we're trying to achieve, so that once we, I guess, as we do the work on ourselves, it don't feel like we're leaving people behind, if that makes sense. And I think, like, because it's something that I struggle with, you know what I'm saying? This is what people tell me, at least, you know what I'm saying?
But you got to think about that, though. I don't mean to cut you off, but you're in you're a growth person.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being a growth person.
No.
And that's and you have to understand, if those people around you don't understand that growth, that growth that you're trying to become, they're either gonna get with the program or they're gonna have to fall off.
Yeah.
But now that's where we get emotionally attached to basically saying like, hey, I want this person to come. They may not be suited for that.
Yeah. I think, I agree with what you're saying. I just think sometimes, I think there's a difference between, I'll go back to what I was going to say from my personal life experience, and hopefully my point will come back to mine. But I was just saying, this is something that I think I've dealt with for a long time, because I've been so conditioned that in the times that I've dealt with the worst parts of my life, I guess, the worst issues in my life, I've always felt like I had to do it alone. You know what I'm saying? And I think that starts, for me personally, I can't speak for everybody, I think that started at an early age, because as I started going through major things in my life, for one reason or another, there was nobody there for me to really lean into. Not my parents, not my family. You know what I mean? You try
Ain't
to
saying
lean
no
on
wrong.
your friends sometimes if they can
Ain't no
relate,
wrong.
but if they can't relate, then it's like, you know, you just bottle it up. And I think, like, as I've started to reflect on that now, looking at like certain issues I've had with my marriage, for example, I don't really go to her for a lot of help on things, but I do think had I expressed that in certain situations, it may have like been the olive branch, or like, you know, me extending my hand to involve her in things, in a way that's beneficial, I guess, where we can kind of bond and build together. And I think, to your point about, you know, growing, and having that growth mindset, I think sometimes as men, because we have the growth mindset, but we automatically expect that there's not really anybody we can lean on. As we're growing, because we want to get better and more successful, we are kind of ostracizing the people around us to a certain extent, if that makes sense. You know, especially when it comes to our spouses. So
I about to say that time we already automatically assuming that they're not gonna understand. And what you said, a lot of times I felt like that a lot. Like a lot of people not gonna understand me because the way my mind works is that I'm always wanting to grow, and always wanting to grow never really came from sports. That was just something that I was born with. Like I've always just wanted to be the best at everything I did, everything I've done. I've always wanted to put my best foot forward. I've always wanted to give the best presentation. Present the best of, showcase my best of talents. I never really wanted to put out anything subpar. So when we sit here and we talk about these situations, like the sports just intensify who I really am. That's all it is for me. But now what you talk about in life, you're never really asking for help because nobody really understood. But that's also taught too. That's also a learned behavior. Man, you don't need no help with that, man. You need to get up and go ahead and do that, man. You a man. How many times y'all done heard that? You done heard that. So now when you hear that, it's only so many times that you're going to hear that and you actually see the people that don't show up, that you're going to be like, you know what? I don't care nothing about it. I'm just going to do this by myself. Yeah. And then you get into this mode where we get this thing where you call yourself self-made, and you really ain't self-made. It's the circumstances in life that didn't help mold you into who the hell you need to become. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you might go through some stuff by yourself, but a lot of time it's your journey. It's not for everybody to understand your journey. This is your path. This is your life. And you can't expect, like, bro, you can go talk to your people about some stuff, but you're not going to go talk to your mom about a $100 million project. You're going to try to find somebody that actually has some experience in that field. Like, I'm not going to talk to my grandma about cover 4. A defense. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to go through that stuff alone until you can get, and sometimes you might not get to where you're looking to go just due to the fact of you might not be ready. You might not be ready the way you think you're ready to be able to handle what comes with that. And sometimes that delayed process is what I'm learning is, bro, you need to get back and practice some more.
yeah.
So going back to the learned behavior perspective, right? So we're talking about the pressures of asking for help, right? So we learned as young men and children visually. So I'm privileged to have a 2-parent household. So I see how marriages take care when it comes to finances, when it comes to loving each other, when it comes to celebrating each other, things like that, right? But I've never seen a point where my dad says, hey, I need help from another person. I haven't seen him say that with my mother. I haven't seen him say that with friends or family members. So how would I know how to do that?
Oh, for sure.
Right? So when it comes to sports, for example, he was talking about being a man. And when you're tired, you don't need no water. What you need some water for?
Water's for cowards.
You know what I mean? Water's for cowards. You ain't tired. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, yes, I have my teammates, but this coach is talking directly to me. I should not be tired. I don't need no water. I should be cool. So I'm taking a lot of stuff I've learned from sports and coaching, and I'm adapting that to life. Right? And I'm not, of course, we in the middle of the game, your teammates are there to assist me. I'm like, hey, bro, I need you. I need your help. And you're not saying that. You know what I mean? So now that life is the real sport in the real game, I'm still focused on, like, I'm not tired. I'm going to take on all these different duties. I'm going to work these double shifts. I'm going to take care of the house. And it's like the weight gets too heavy.
You know what? Fuck all that. Guess what? You know something? You're human, dog. You hear me?
I was gonna get to the point if you don't let me keep cooking. I'm gonna get there, Kurt.
Hey, bro, I had to say fuck all that. Hey, bro,
I wanna get there.
It struck a nerve. Hey, bro, when you said that, I literally thought about a whole bunch of boulders just falling on my back. It just hit me. That's why I had to cut you off. I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay.
I had to put fuck all
Okay,
that.
Kanye. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce. Okay.
Oh, my bad. I hit the table. I'm sorry, but
you getting excited.
Bro, you struck a nerve, dog.
That's what I wanted to do, man. Because I know I'm not feeling this way by myself.
Nerve,
You know what I mean? So if we compare it to like doing some barbell curls, right? And we could just using that in terms of the stress and the rigors of life. And we're doing this consistently every single day. Brother's arms are getting tired. But I know I have to do this because I know it's going to be the best when I do it and not waiting on other people to do it for me, right? But then when I have I know I got a circle of people that care and love about me. And let's say that you're a trainer, right?
Come on with
and you come up and it's like, hey man, Art, let's go lighter weight. Take some stuff off your plate. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be all right. But just do that. Actually, matter of fact, just put the weight down for a little bit and rest and take your little 5 minutes and then come back to it. You know, I mean, that's kind of what we need. And it's like, okay, man, this nigga Curt, man, he all across the place, right? He just needs to just like, hey, Curt, just a little lighter weight on your plate. You know what I mean? Just take a few days, take a little fast, and just cool and relax, and then come back and be even stronger than you were before. I mean, so that's just the whole thing, man. When it just comes to not seeing men when we're younger asking for this help, and then unfortunately we kind of have to hit rock bottom to realize, okay, let me go ask for help now. But what can we do to avoid that? And that's what I'm doing, just giving back to the youth. Say, hey, man, ask for help.
That's a great analogy with the putting the weight down.
Yeah, that was dope.
I'm telling you, that was fire.
Shout out to my mentee, Josh Mitchell, because you preached that today, man. So I want to make sure that's your word to spread, bro, for sure.
But then you also got to understand all the shit that we talking about is an illusion, bro.
Yeah.
It's an illusion, bro. It's an illusion, bro. Detach from the matrix. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
And let's I want everybody to just sit back, just shut your mind off for a second. Just sit back and think. Not the adult. Think about the little boy in you right now. Like, what do you see? I just want you to think about that, right? Just think about that. Because the little boy creates the adult.
For sure.
Not the adult creating the little boy.
Yeah.
I just want you to reflect on that for a second. Like, just take a second. Just think about it. It just fell into me right quick. What do you see?
I see two things. I see a little boy that's scared, and I also am in my adult mind asking my younger self, are you proud of me? Of where I am in life right now.
What you see?
Yeah, as the little boy, man, I think I could relate to that scare, that fear. But I think also just, man, that's a deep question.
Bro,
Come on, man. Think
deep.
about it, bro. I'm about to bring it full circle, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Think about it. It almost bring tears to your eyes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We in here. I told you I'm dangerous right now, bro.
Real talk. Yeah, that's why I've been smiling. I'm like, he's on point.
He was like, oh, that's the Curt I've been waiting for. You got it.
Yeah,
Come on. Think about it. Think about it.
I think the fear, I think as a kid I felt, I feel like a lot of my childhood was just snatched away from me at an early age. You know what I'm saying? For one reason or another, we could get into that. But
we'll get into that.
Yeah, I think the younger me would be proud of me today. But I think sometimes I just wonder, how do you get that experience back of just being a child? You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Go ahead.
So right now, if I'm just chilling, I'm realizing like my little boy he's excited. He's jumping. But that jumping ain't for joy. That jumping is more for attention. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
I'm for real. Like he's jumping for attention right now. It's almost to a point like when I'm looking at my little boy, it's like pick me, like pick me mentality. But I can't tell you right now why in my spirit I feel like that. It might be because of the things that I have had to overcome throughout life. Asking people, can you see? Talk about it. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Can you see what I'm doing? I don't know if that's, I can't wrap my head around it right now at this particular moment, but it felt in my mind at the time when you were talking about that. The little boy, for some reason, just sat there and was his mind is jumping. He's jumping, he's excited. He's jumping, he's excited. But, like, I can't tell you why. It's like I got my hands up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, pick me, pick me, pick me. I don't know if it's because of the stuff that I've been through in my life in the last few years from 18 to 32.
Yeah.
Or do I feel neglected as a child that I don't know anything about? Can you see me? Like, do you see what I'm doing? But why I asked us that because all of the stuff that we are talking about in this life, the illusion of being this superhero, dog. I'm famous for it. Brian got on. I was just telling my nephew the other day, bro, I ain't going nowhere for the holidays. And I don't give a damn who gets mad. I can cook for myself. I can clean for myself, and I love my family.
Yes, sir.
But I remember getting in the car to go 3.5 hours one way, 7 hours this way, 7 hours back this way, just to make everybody happy.
Come on, man.
I remember me and my wife, I done worked a full day living in Jacksonville, Florida. She done drove down with the kids 7 and 9 hours, stayed for the day. We done got in the car and drove 13 hours to Dayton just to make sure everybody seen the kids. You feel me?
Yeah.
And this year I ain't doing that. But I say all that to say, bro, when we go back to this little boy, right? The little boy don't know nothing about none of this shit we talking about. All this shit is programmed.
Absolutely.
What makes us happy, bro? I remember, like, I'm sitting here, like, even now, trucking, right? I was a little boy out there in the yard. Trucks go by, movies come by, we blowing the horn. Yeah. We excited, like, man, I want to be a truck driver, man. I want that. I want to do that. Like, I want to be a part of that industry. But it's the people around it that stole the joy from us, from our industry, that all these fucking parameters that we hate. Right? We hate it. And I'm like, bro, I can't stand this shit. I don't want to be a part of it. But I say all that stuff to say, when we bring it back full circle, anytime we make decisions, bro, we got to go back to that little boy in us. And we also have to learn the word no.
Absolutely.
We have to figure out what drives us. Because you saying I'm picking up extra shifts, and you said it before, like, man, I don't know, bro. I ain't seen my wife, bro. I ain't seen my wife in 5 days, bro. I don't know about you, but when me and my wife don't see each other for a couple of days, I'm teed, bro. Yeah. I am upset.
Yeah.
I'm upset, but then I done traded all my currency, time, for some shit that don't matter.
It don't matter.
It does not matter, bro. That shit gonna go along rather if, I was just telling Khalid this, all my businesses and stuff, all the stuff that I got going on, all that shit can go right now. God take it away from me right now. I do not care. I do not care. Why I don't care? Because I know who I am. I've been through life experiences to shape and mold me into the person that I am today.
For sure.
I'm not a multimillionaire, not yet. And I don't have to rush my process. Like, I'm looking at my kids, bro, and I'm just like, damn. By me moving around impulsively, trying to do the stuff that we all trying to do, had a big house, big car, trying to do this, but it's going to be another obstacle. The bar is going to move.
It's always going to be.
It's always going to move.
Yeah.
So essentially, when you sit back and look at it, what's more important? Where does your currency need to go?
Yeah.
I think, because you said, you're trying to figure out why the little boy is jumping for that. You know, this is something that I've reflected on a lot. I'm still working through it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got all the answers, but just in an effort to give some people some understanding, so maybe they can relate to it. I talked on the podcast about being molested as a child. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't got to go, just save time. I won't go through all the details of that. But I think, you know, when you get introduced to sex at such a young age, you know, I'm at an age where I'm not even thinking about sex yet. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm so young. But now it's on the radar now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think one thing that really affected me as a kid, bro, was man, it was a dude in my neighborhood who got killed, man, when I was 13, bro. And he was older than us. He was like in his 20s. He was like 26, I think, at the time. I'm 13. And we used to have this thing in Columbus called Teen Night. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people are familiar with Teen Night. You know what I'm saying?
You know, is that y'all Teen Night where y'all be jumping? Like it's jumping?
Yeah, like we was young. It's almost like the club for teenagers. You know what I'm saying? You know, girls dancing.
I wasn't allowed to go to none of that.
So, where I'm from, you know, United States is like not too far from my neighborhood I grew up in. So, so my mom, she would never let us walk home. You know what I'm saying? We always got picked up. But my homeboy, he walked home this day. He was out late night, you know what I'm saying? And so this dude, he gets killed in front of my homeboy. I'm at home. And my boy, he like tried to save him and everything, you know what I'm saying? Try to stop the bleeding, but it didn't work. So the next day, my homeboy, he came and he told me about it. And I could still see like just the blood stains on his hands, you feel me? And I feel like, bro, at that time, it snatched our childhood away from us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because from that point forward, bro, it was no longer just we could go outside and play as kids. You know, the day before, we was just riding bikes, doubling each other, basketball.
Right, looking off your shoulder.
You know, I'm telling you. So after that, bro, it was like I never felt like a kid ever again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And bro, I done lost so many people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like as an adult, bro, these experiences, is, to your point, it shapes your mindset. It shapes the way that you view the world. Yeah. And the decisions that you make. And so when we were young, you know, in your mind, are you going to make it to your 20s? You know what I'm saying? We still got in our mind, a good 10 years at this point. You know, we 13, he 26, about, 10, 13 years. But when so many people are dying around you, bro, it's like, it's only a matter of time. So,
especially at that age.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just a couple examples, bro. But, I say that because my homeboy, he died from an overdose when he was, this was 2019, so he would have been like maybe 22 or something around, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere around that age. I had just started trucking. And my uncle, he just passed away not too long ago. And they're buried like almost right next to each other. Yeah. And so I went to his grave, and it was the first time that I was able to just release what I felt. Because I never really told people how much that affected me, because that was like my dog. And we expect to die, coming from what we come from, we expect to die by getting killed. But when you kill yourself, even though it wasn't intentional, and I just know the hurt that he had. And I think these conversations are important to go back to that little boy, because there's so much that we need to release that we don't even realize is affecting us on a day-to-day basis. And it's so much wasted potential the longer we hold on, to the things that aren't serving us.
Come on, dog.
My boy, when it came to basketball, I ain't gonna take up too much time because we gotta go shortly. But he was just, you know what I'm saying?
Don't worry about time, bro.
Only thing, I done lit my
Yeah.
Regardless, bro.
He was.
We talking real. Talk real to the public, bro.
He was just a beast, bro. Like, and just so far beyond his years, just wise from a young age. And I really feel like if he would have been able to have these type of conversations to let that go, there's no telling what he would have been. And so we have to ask ourselves, these things that we're holding on to, is it really serving us or is it working against us? I think that's just a good place to start. You know, obviously it's a lot of work that comes with that, but to the point about you talking about having a more clear mind, this is why I say all the time, bro, you have to let go of these things we're dependent on that's not serving us, the drugs, the alcohol, because you think you would be able to have this conversation if you weren't at a, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why you say you a beast now.
Cause my mind has not worked like this. My mind has not worked like this, bro. And
yeah,
I can't tell you how long. Most of them podcasts that we've been on, bro, I've probably been delayed, bro. You can go back and watch some of this stuff. Just even how I'm comprehending things or what I'm talking about. I can't even get my words out. Stuttering.
You'll see it before we do.
Yeah.
You know you.
Yeah, I know me.
You know what I mean? Because I've watched it and I haven't noticed what the
You haven't
saying.
noticed.
Okay.
But if you go back and watch film, I've been watching film. I'm not the same person. I know that I'm not responding as well or as effectively, as quickly, or intellectually as I should be. I'll be like that. I lost my train of thought, but that's only because my body's probably like, you want to be able to do this, but you've done this to compress this. Now it's not being able to fully function. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're not 17, 18, 20-some years old anymore. And I think what you're saying, and what I hear you're saying, with those situations like that, bro, and especially in our community, I just had this conversation with older gentleman, man. We're taught at a young age, especially in the black community, that we have to stand on our own 2 feet so early. Everybody's robbed their childhood, bro. Hey, bro, listen, bro, and I grew up very Southern, bro. Yeah. I grew up very Southern Baptist. Man, you gotta think, bro. I just told you I was out in the grass. I was out cutting grass at 7, 8 years old, making money. Like when other cats was playing and getting in trouble, I wasn't doing that. It was either football or I was making some money.
Yeah.
And well, no bad thing, but it's like, how much more? I had a good childhood, but like I never experienced nobody like killing themselves or watching somebody getting killed. Like my mom and dad did an excellent job of keeping me sheltered from a lot of, like, even my neighborhood that I was supposed to go to. Now, if I would have ended up going to the other high school I was supposed to have been going to, I probably would have been exposed to a lot more shootings, killings, because we was right there by the city. So my mom took me out of school early. She used to drive me almost 10, 15 minutes to school because she just didn't want me to be in that environment. But everybody's not blessed to have people to see that environment. Your habitat creates habits. And my mom didn't want me to pick up on any of those habits. So like I told you, my mom is from a little small town called New Kent, bro. That's country. That's real live country. Ain't nothing out there. She grew up on like 7, 8 acres with farm animals, and, you know, it's just real Southern. My dad grew up real Southern too. So a lot of stuff that I've grown up on is just Southern principles. You know, it wasn't until, you know, I became adult outside of football that I started to be exposed to a lot of the bullshit that's out here. And so now I'm an adult on my second life, feeling like I am a child because I left one ecosystem where you're protected at all times. It don't matter what you did, what time you did it. You can make a phone call and that shit can be erased in a matter of time, depending on how severe the situation was. Yeah. And now you come out, the only way you getting that type of support, bro, you either got to have a family member that got that type of support, or you got to have that type of money to be protected from that. So now a lot of stuff that I'm getting hit with at the age of 30, what I would say 27 to 32, be 33 this year. Cats was getting hit with that 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 when I was being protected.
Yeah.
Now it's like now I got to start all over because I'm in a new life. So now I'm a little boy actually in a grown man's world with no support.
Yeah.
And not, when I say no support, like we talked about, I got a couple OGs, right? But majority of the people, we all going through the same thing at the same time because even as a kid, bro, you got to think about how many times did your mama put you in a suit or something? You had to be the best dressed person just so you could stick out. What was wrong with just the black suit with the white tie? No, go on over there and get the brown with the pinstripe. Make sure, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to talk a certain way. Like even me, like when I talk to people, I have the code switch. And I'm like, bro, why do I have the code switch to be accepted? Or when I'm walking down the street and I'm hearing people lock their doors like I'm a fucking criminal. Bro, I ain't never stole nothing. Mate, I did steal something back then. I was a little kid, but that was because I wanted my girlfriend to have some toys. You know what I'm saying?
A little kid, not a girlfriend. Crazy.
A little kid, not a girlfriend.
And pimpin' just been pimpin'.
But I wanted to make her happy. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at all this stuff in the grand scheme of things, bro, it's like, bro, our stuff gets taken away from us, and we raise ourselves over here in America. I could call it, I don't know nowhere else. I just say America because we are in a corporation. It is what it is. You end up raising yourself because your peoples ain't got enough time to really put in with you because every time they get here, the bar's moved once again. So then you end up, like you're talking about, bro, you rely on the people that's in your area at the time. And sometimes, bro, I can say it's not really we the black sheep, but we've kind of been like the opposite, the blessed ones. I'm not going to say the blessed ones, the ones that had been more privileged to kind of see both sides. And when you're able to see both sides, you kind of get that wisdom that the other cats really don't have. And you find yourself the ones nurturing back the community, as we would say, pretty much everywhere we go. You're nurturing someone here, I'm nurturing someone, you're nurturing where you're at, and you don't have anybody to really nurture you, so you end up becoming your own mentor. Until you can get into that group. And I think it's all about the programming of what we've been introduced to.
I think that's kind of like the silver lining of it all. I think if people really take some time to think back to that little boy, you know, or that little girl, and if you think about it long enough, you can start to find a positive even in the negative.
For sure.
You know,
for sure.
But because we spend so much time running from it, we don't give ourselves enough time to really assess the situation and find, you know, what is the positive that came out of this negative. I think that's one thing I've worked on, you know what I'm saying, is just trying to find that positive out of it and then using that to your advantage. And I think over time, you'll never forget the things that happen, but it won't be something that's hindering you, you know what I'm saying, from being successful. So I guess that would be how I would close that out, you know what I'm saying.
I think a lot of times too, like for me, like a lot of stuff that I've been through, I can't stand people. I hate people.
Yeah.
I do, bro. Yeah. And I was a people's person. And I was just talking to my homeboy Braxton yesterday. He like, bro, you need to get back out in the community. You need to do this. You need to coach. You need to do this. You need to do that. All that shit sound good, but I get the same thing every day.
And how do you know what I need?
Well, my wife says the same thing too. So the spirit is talking to somebody.
Okay.
So it's
do
there.
you agree with it?
I agree with it.
Okay.
But the problem that I have is I haven't done that for myself.
What's that?
Speaking into people,
okay,
pouring into people,
all right,
giving what I really want to do 110%.
Okay.
We're 100% because we got to have that balance and focus up on what I've done. Everything I've done, I've tried to bring somebody along.
All right.
Trucking, trying to bring somebody along. Majority of the time, I had the bulk of the money. The juice bar. I'm not trying to bring anybody along on that one. It's just me and my wife, and I'm trying to get the community involved.
Right.
So to believe in what I got going on, you know. And now I'm like, okay, cool. Let me take a step back and realize I am all that I need. I have all the intangibles that I need. What can I do as a person, me, that I enjoy doing, that I found love in, that's helping me grow as a human being, to be able to take on that workload of other people's emotions and my emotions, so it's not a big drop-off or effect on me to the point where I feel empty or lost. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some crossroads where I honestly believe it's going to be some crossroads where you're going to have to get to that road and you're going to think and stop like, okay, cool. But right now, where I'm at in life, I think about it. I haven't did too much. Now, have I did too much too quickly? Mm-hmm. Yes. But I haven't done too much. Mm-hmm. Because the experiences and the knowledge that I have now, if I was to just hit a reset button right now, I'm deadly. Mm-hmm. I am deadly. My foundation, my first and second floor would be so strong that if I was to take a hit, it's like, okay, cool, boom. Let me go ahead and readjust this strategy and to be able to progress over here. Mm-hmm. So I think now, when we're talking about that little boy, I just got to quiet him down just a little bit. All the jumping is cool, but I got to get him to understand that he is enough. You know what I'm saying?
Close us out, Art. We got to be out of here at 3. So
okay. Let me just dive in real quick because everybody got their
for sure
little boy story.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot, you got it.
Just with mine, man. Just put the image together of just a boy being sheltered. Mm-hmm. You just see the house, you see the 4 walls, you see the roof, and you're just sheltered until you go to college. So when you talk about the teen nights, I knew about them, but I couldn't go. At the skating parties and all that, like when it came to dances at schools, homecoming, proms, like I didn't do none of that.
You ain't go to none of it?
The only time I went was I took a young lady my junior year, but that was like a arranged marriage type stuff. I had nothing to do with it at all. It was a favor. Then I went again when I got to college with an ex-girlfriend of mine, but that's a whole different story. Back to the shelter thing. So just imagine, my pops, shout out to my dad, he is the definition of what provide looks like. Mm-hmm. And with him, my grandfather and his father's been dead since 1965. So my dad didn't have a dad to raise him or know what that looked like. Mm-hmm. All he knew was I have to work, I have to protect my woman. That's it. So he worked, he protected his woman. When it came to the raising me part, unfortunately I wasn't there, but I knew 6 days a week for 12 hours a day, he's going to work, but he's doing that on a second shift job. So we're in passing. I come home from school, he going to work. It was like that for 11 years. Mm-hmm. So from age 9 to 20, only time I saw my dad for 5 minutes a day, if that. My mom, full-time job, went to school full-time. She's in the church. She's caregiving, all those type of things. She don't get home till 11 o'clock at night. So still got that image of just a boy inside 4 walls on the roof by himself.
You're an only child.
Me, I'm an only child as well. Mm-hmm. So to go through that, and then I go to college, I go to Ohio State, which I would have made the change then, but go for something being sheltered to such a big-ass culture like that, now I'm in my second childhood. Now it's like Nas said, you know what I mean? So I might have the stature of an 18, 19-year-old kid, but I'm still in the 6-year-old mindset. So I have no idea what's going on. So now I'm hitting rock bottom for the next probably 10 years of my life because I'm not adapted to it. Unfortunately, with your situation of your childhood being gone, but you knew what life was then and immediately. With me, I didn't realize that's I was 28 years old. So I'm feeling like I'm behind the 8 ball. So now in my mindset, now I'm trying to catch up. I got to get this degree. I got to work this job. I got to be doing what I was supposed to be doing 10 years ago now. And that's when the records of life, it kind of just shuts me down, and I'm just cool. You know what I mean? But it's when it comes to the childhood thing, man, it's like everybody's is different. I'm glad you guys shared that with me, and we exposed that with them to realize, yes, we're going through the same stuff now, but we weren't like this when we was kids. You know what I mean? We had all different upbringings and mindsets. But thank you to those who were there for me during those times, though, for sure.
Bro, I had so much fun as a kid. I can't cap.
Oh, you had a good childhood.
I had a good childhood. I just wish that my parents knew a little bit more.
dang, that's tough.
Yeah.
They can only do as much as they possibly could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But at the same time,
was
bro,
more too.
You got to look at, man, we this shit's all programming, dog. Like, it's no reason. I tell my mom right now, man, my mom should be a multimillionaire, dog. The way she would operate it when I was younger, now she's in her 60s now. But,
yeah.
Bro, I used to watch my mom work 2 jobs, come home, cook, clean, do this, do that, woo. And, you know, my dad was different. My dad only did stuff outside because that's what he saw his parents doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just think about if they would have just worked in tandem, if they could have just supported each other just a little bit more, bro. Yeah. I mean, we would have, my family, I'm not saying it for selfish reasons. I'm just saying it for them. They would have been well off.
Yeah.
You know, like really wealthy.
Yeah.
You know, but from this whole podcast, I know we had something totally different.
Bro,
but
I
like
this
when
was
we
a great
first
show,
yeah,
bro.
this was a great
We
show.
could keep
One of my
going for hours
favorites.
on this.
Yeah. I mean, we can shoot a
part
part 2 to this, but I do want y'all to understand, bro. Like, detach yourself from the daily. That shit don't matter. It doesn't matter. How much you work, it doesn't matter. It's only self-gratification.
Absolutely.
So if you running 2 jobs and you feel like you doing something, ask yourself, what are you really doing? Because if you're creating these bonds and these moments with your wife or your kids, that's something else that you've chosen to build. Right? And you can't lack it running behind something else that's not real. Money. That shit's not real.
Yeah.
It's the carrot. It's the carrot.
Yeah.
Like you said, you talk about the weight. Okay. One reason I got a trainer is because, hey, I need somebody to motivate me because I've been doing lifting weights since I was 14. I've maxed out my body.
Right.
I've been 6% body fat looking like an action figure.
Yeah.
I've done all that. But now I need some accountability. I need some accountability. So now I pay for that. I pay for that on the weight room side, but that was a really good analogy. And it's okay, bro. You don't have to lift 225 today.
Yes. Yeah.
Bro, I was 272 pounds when I got married. That was 3 years ago. Bro, I just got back down to 240 in year 3. It took me 3 years to do that. So I say all that to say, bro, when you're planning, bro, strategically plan. So what you're going through, it's going to hurt because growth hurts.
Right.
But make sure it don't deplete you.
Yeah.
And it's okay to get knocked a few steps over. But, bro, if you're up here and that shit knocking you back down here, bro, something ain't right.
Right.
I'm learning, bro. Something is not right, bro. Your high highs and your low lows should never be that high or that low to causes your mental to teeter like that. That is unhealthy.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say, bro. That shit is unhealthy.
Big fact.
Yeah, so we have to figure out, it doesn't matter, like, bro, even if you don't got it all, no, bro, call one of the homies, bro. I just had to help one of my homegirls out this morning. I was like, yo, you're wasting time. And I had to put it in perspective.
Yeah. Her perspective.
In her perspective.
Yeah.
And like for me, bro, I can have all these businesses, right? But if they all in the red and I ain't never at home and I'm always doing this, I'm always going here and I ain't doing that, how is that affecting my kids? And if I wanted to do all that, I should have did all that before I had kids.
Exactly.
So now what you have to figure out is, okay, what are you really good at? What makes you tick? And if you are really good at that, is that a hobby? Or is that a, you know what I mean? Is that a hobby or is that, because sometimes we do got to go to these jobs that we don't want to do to provide just because of the inflation, you know, but how long are we going to do that until we can figure out where we want to go?
For sure.
Yeah, so everything is about perspective of what you want. We can with what God is giving us, and we talk about God all the time, the alignment of who we are and our mental clarity, bro, and the prayers that we do. We're not going to always get what we want. We get what we need. We need to turn that into our motivation, the fire to be able to complete the task that we're given, to go through, to become the people that we need to go through to be able to be successful in life. And successful in life is not about what you got on, what you drive, or how big your house is. It's about your health. And that's what I'm really realizing.
Let's leave it there, bro, because somebody's in this room but after us. So man, it's been another episode of The Fold. It's probably my favorite one so far, bro.
Absolutely.
That's hit, you know what I'm saying?
I've been hitting all day. I've been on podcasts since 10:30 this morning.
We need a part 2 to this, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially once
Millie.
I was about to say, especially once because Millie got a story. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all brothers, man, letting me get some things off my chest, man. It's something I've been thinking about. So this conversation really was a good one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go follow The Fold on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go follow me on IG at your brother Khalid. I'll let y'all brothers close us out.
Do me a favor.
Come on.
Because I got a lot of people say, hey, man, I'm seeing your stuff, man, on Instagram, YouTube, and all that, but I don't see y'all liking or commenting or sharing nothing.
For sure.
So I understand your eyes is looking at that, but my call to action is for you guys to actually like and comment and share these things if you truly support who we are and what we're doing. I appreciate y'all looking at it. There's a million things you can be scrolling on your phone to do, but please just do us a quick favor. If you roll with us, you're part of our village. The least you can do for us, please, is like, comment, and share. Go ahead, Big Curt.
Man, shoot, it's Big Curt, man. I'll go by Curtis Grant 14 on Instagram. That's all I got. And Curtis Grant on Facebook. Please like, comment, subscribe. If there's anything that you want us to talk about, we're not experts by any means, but we can give you our opinions on our life experiences that kind of pertain to the subjects that you guys want to hear. We love talking about these things. We think it's positive. It's a great way to move the youth and also help people that's older than us that might be going through things and people that's our age. So whatever you guys have or think that we should talk about or want to hear us talk about, or just anything that comes to mind, man. We're doing this to create a positive movement, and to get this weight off of people's shoulders. Man, we appreciate you guys. Follow The Fold, and it's your boy Big Curt.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Shit, that was good as hell.
Totally.